As a cryptozoologist, Dogman is a cryptid I've always struggled with. For me, the evolutionary line between a Gigantopithecus and the Sasquatch is pretty clear. Where does the Dogman come from? An almost exclusively Michigan native, Dogman is exactly what he sounds like, a man with the head of a dog. He is typically regarded as menacing and looks a lot like a werewolf. As you can imagine, I was surprised to find out Dogman was on vacation in my city. I gathered my cryptozoology gear and grabbed my cameraman. We didn't have a moment to lose.
This series presents information based in part on theory and conjecture.
Welcome to New York. It's the greatest city in the world. Even a werewolf will need to be a little extra tough if he wants to make it in New York City. If you want to find tourists, the best place is Midtown. For most, their New York City experience will not extend past the lower end of Central Park and Ripley's Believe It or Not. Maybe over to Bryant Park for a quick lunch. Most tourists think that's the Bronx. Then they go back to Ohio and tell their friends it's too crowded. Dodging Elmo and Optimus Primes, I searched all over until I spotted my quarry. It was Dogman with a camera of his own, and he was not alone. It seems Dogman coordinated his vacation with another cryptid, the Bunnyman, except this one was a Bunnywoman. Bunnyman, or woman, is a creature that exists somewhere between cryptid and ghost story. Most of the Bunnyman story is a case of someone heard that someone said, and I never really believed any of it until an actual Bunnywoman was sitting here in front of me, people watching with the Michigan Dogman. Dogman and Bunnywoman were a lot cuter than my cryptozoology books had described. The couple were so enchanted by the mysticism of New York that they didn't even see me approach. And that's when my cameraman told me he'd filled up his only memory card and needed to go find a store that sells them. I couldn't let this discovery get away from me, though. I sent him on his way and followed as Dogman and Bunnywoman traveled south. They bought a lot of coffee. I think they stopped at every shop between Rockefeller Center and Fidei. We passed the Empire State Building, the Flatiron Building, walked through Union Square Park, and across the Bowery. Dogman and Bunnywoman have even longer legs than my cameraman, and he couldn't catch up to us, even with the frequent stops for coffee. He finally reached us when the cryptid couple stopped to snap a few pictures around Wall Street. Then, we saw what had brought our cryptid friends to town. It was a wild party. They were in charge of bringing the coffee, and everyone had a special order. Orangutan brought the pastries. The patio was packed. Everyone had come. Tiger, lion, zebra, and giraffe. Even koala had come with gorilla, and chimpanzee was always hanging out with lion and his wife. There was laughing and joking, and the coffee was drank, and every last piece of pastry was eaten. Elephant and hippo made sure nothing was wasted. I speak French, and my cameraman speaks a little bit of Spanish.
Un poco.
That's great for New York City, but everyone here spoke giraffe. We had no idea what was happening when the party broke up abruptly and moved away. Had I been spotted? Regular tourists were all over the place snapping pictures, and I didn't look any different than them, did I? At this time, I realized how much Dogman and his friends resembled the giant ape that I'd found while investigating the cursed vessel in Hudson Yards. His name was King Nyani, and much like Dogman and Bunnywoman, he was always on the move. The group mostly stayed together going towards the World Trade Center. I don't need to tell you about this iconic building. It wasn't open yet when I moved here, but it towered over the city. I can't help but be impressed by it. So much so that I lost track of the Dogman. I searched all over. And then I caught sight of Bunnywoman enjoying another cup of coffee with Hippo. Dogman and his friends sure drank a lot of coffee. My cameraman has more in common with these animals than he realizes. At first, I worried that I'd stumbled across a secret meeting that Dogman wasn't supposed to know about. But then Dogman arrived, and they led me to where the party continued. There, the group had met another old friend, Octopus. Hippo and Zebra were headed out to Governor's Island, and Rhino wanted to catch the Staten Island ferry to see the Statue of Liberty. Elephant and Tiger wanted to walk across the Brooklyn Bridge, and Ape wanted to get drunk. Brooklyn seemed like the best place for that. Chimpanzee was going wherever Lion and his wife were going. Before the party broke up, the friends wanted to sit down for one last meal. Rhino had their party catered by Shake Shack because that's what tourists do. No one cared though, because the real feast was friendship. That's what New York City does. It brings people together. Everyone is different, everyone is doing their own thing, and there is room for everyone to do it. As long as you don't mind rats. I observed the end of the party alone, watching the friends separate until only Dogman and Bunnywoman remained. Bunnywoman needed to go to Grand Central to catch the Long Island Railroad so she could spend a season working on a farm in Suffolk County. They still had time before her train left, so Dogman and Bunnywoman went to get even more coffee. They sat together at a table near Park Ave, enjoying that last cup. It had been a magical day in New York City. When the coffee was gone, it was time for Bunnywoman to depart. I watched their tearful goodbye as these two notorious cryptids separated, promising to meet again soon. A long-distance relationship between two cryptid creatures can't be easy. Dogman had to go back to Times Square to catch a bus back to Michigan at Port Authority. I went home from there, because Port Authority sucks.